Welcome one, welcome all to the next episode of the Banter podcast. I will be your host today. I am Kyle Pritchard, repping the Miami Heat. As always, I'm joined by my two wonderful friends, Brennan, Kirkpatrick, and Korey. I don't know why I said your full name, but that's fine. Hello, gentlemen. How we doing?
What's up, Kyle?
We're good.
Go Heat.
I'm all right.
Go Heat.
Yeah.
Been struggling with
I wore this today because I saw that you wore yours. So I was like,
well, I didn't plan this. This is like the fourth week in a row, I swear, where I've been wearing an Indiana Pacers jersey, and I have not planned it at all. Like, it's just what I
I bet.
today.
I bet that's the case.
I'm having a similar thing too. I've been wearing orange a lot in these episodes. I don't really know why.
This man always wears orange.
All right, gentlemen.
Anyways.
I'll remind our audience of the rules here. They get 25 minutes. If they agree with the question I asked them, they get, I believe, a minute to talk it out. If they disagree, they each get 35 seconds, and then they get a minute 30 to come to a reconciliation. So, without further ado, I'll start your 25-minute timer as I ask the first question. And we have a chat already here. Oh, okay. We'll start with the NBA, and this is pretty important because I believe he's now out with a torn labrum. But we'll start with Joel Embiid here, and that he can only miss 25. He can only miss 5 more games until he's ineligible for any season award, including the MVP, which seems to be the case because he's going to be out with some injuries here. Why does the NBA, unlike any sport in the 4 major sports in North America, have issues with sitting players out?
Okay, here we go.
25 minutes have started.
Hold on, this is a long answer.
Okay, I can't really tell if that is an agreement.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not an agreement.
All right, then Korey, you get 35 seconds.
Okay, so I said that it's because the NBA doesn't set a precedent on any of these sorts of things. And that applies for their new flopping rule, for stars' actions on and off the court, for their old, other fouling rules, like clear path fouling rules. They don't ever stick to what they say they're going to do. So there's no precedent for NBA players to actually follow that. In 650 games so far this season, only 22 players have been fined for flopping. There's a lot more flopping than that. And the NBA just hasn't set an environment where players need to prioritize the league's goals over their own personal goals, especially whenever you see teams like the Raptors in 2019 winning without following these rules that the NBA wants.
All right. That's enough from Korey there. Brennan, go right ahead.
All right, so I said it's because the players are soft. All right, in this modern NBA, you have players sitting out to prevent injury. Like, why are you preventing injury in sitting out when you are perfectly healthy to go play? Okay? And they just don't feel like playing because their head's not in the right space. If you can play, then you got to be out there and play. Let's take a look at, the old NBA. All right, Michael Jordan. He played at least 78 games in 13 of his 15 seasons in the league. 9 of them, he played all 82.
All right. That's enough of that. That's a fair argument. Let's see if we can come to agreement here.
Okay.
You guys get 1 minute 30.
All right, so first of all, Brennan, I do agree that that NBA players take advantage of certain things maybe they should be playing more or not because of that. But that's because that's an NBA problem, not the NBA players' problems. The NBA players can totally prioritize their own health. These aren't players who are just like, oh, I'm tired, I'm missing a game.
Brennan.
I was on a play.
Kawhi Leonard can drop 38 one night and then decide, I'm not well enough to play the next night. So
Kawhi Leonard has had a long-standing injury history for the last 5 years.
You gotta you can play back-to-back games.
He's playing. He's making an impact.
Even if you're not 100%.
He's doing what his team needs him to do. He's doing what his team needs him to do. So he's out there and doing that. That's not them being soft. If the NBA needs him to play more, then the NBA needs to hold him accountable. That has nothing to do with Kawhi Leonard. He can. Okay, then we agree. Great. NBA needs to hold him more accountable.
Okay. That's a fair little statement there, and you guys
they need to hold these players more accountable for
the point for that.
Yeah, if they have a goal, then that's the only way they
before we move on, just to add to your point, he's played Kawhi Leonard only 3 seasons of 65 plus games. He's making $200+ million.
Yeah, and he also won a championship with less than 65 games played. So okay,
he was one too. All right, gentlemen, if you guys want to make sure you guys win here, I would assume you guys want to continue. We'll bounce to the National Football League. And we'll go for a personal choice here. Who do you think has been the best head coaching hire in the NFL so far?
Okay.
We had 8 or 9 teams with a different little player here, so we'll see what happens. And we get 2 different answers, so I'll let Brennan go first here.
Okay, so my answer was Jim Harbaugh. I'll get right to the point here. He's a winner. All right, he's won on every stage of every football he's played. I know he lost in the Super Bowl, but he still got a team to the Super Bowl. He's coming off a national championship, and you pair him with Justin Herbert, who is a generational talent at quarterback. He's going to work wonders on that team. A great defensive-minded head coach going into a system where the defense has struggled in the past under Brandon Staley, Anthony Lynn, all the prior head coaches. He's going to be doing very well to scheme against the other NFC West opponents in Kansas City Chiefs, and I think he's a great hire.
All right, Korey, did a little bit of a unique answer here, but let's see what he has to say.
Okay, I said Dave Canales in Carolina. Obviously, Harbaugh is a great coach, but I think there is a risk involved whenever you're bringing somebody who's so used to like quick roster turnaround that might not really be what the Chargers are looking for right now. So with a good coaching hire, I think you want the highest possible floor as possible with a really large potential. You're getting a pretty high floor with Dave Canales based off of what he just did with Baker Mayfield. He's a quarterback whisperer, and that's what they need for a guy like Bryce Young right now. And they're going to continue to grow that and grow the Panthers because of this choice, and it's going to be good in the status quo now.
Okay. So let's see if we can get to an agreement here, gentlemen. You guys got a minute and 30.
Yeah. I like Dave Canales, especially what he did with Baker Mayfield. I think he'll do great things. But I just Jim Harbaugh. I mean, Dave Canales was the OC on the was he the OC with the Bucks? In,
Tampa.
When the year they won the Super Bowl.
No. Last year was his first year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think.
Yeah. He came in, made his impact, and now he's immediately being recognized and getting a head coaching hire. Basically.
Yeah, well, that's perfect. I just think Jim Harbaugh, he's proven a little bit more. He's a winner. He's shown it in the past. I don't know what Dave Canales is going to do, and that's the biggest thing for me that's taking away from him being the best coaching hire. Because I want a guy with experience. I'm not saying Dave Canales is a bad hire by any means. I think it's a great hire, especially for a young team like the Carolina Panthers. I'm saying,
and that's the thing for me. I think it fits the best. Like, I think of all of the hires that we're seeing, that's the one that's fitting the best for me. Because I don't really know if the Chargers are because the Chargers right now they have Justin Herbert. They need to bring in a few more pieces. They don't need a full kind of revamping roster turnaround kind of thing, Panthers. Which I don't know if that's what Jim Harbaugh's made for. But that being said, resume-wise, I totally like Jim Harbaugh more. I would probably take that risk on him, but I think it's the highest floor hire in Canales, and so that's why.
So you want to say, all right? So I think we can reach an agreement. You want to agree that Harbaugh has the higher floor, Canales has the higher ceiling?
No. Actually, I actually disagree because I think things could go really bad with Jim Harbaugh. I mean, really? I don't think they will. I think they could. Okay.
I mean, I could say the same thing about Canales.
And I think, Canales, I think you're getting a kind of a guaranteed growth of all right, let's work with this young QB and things like that. So it might work, it might not.
You are with Harbaugh too. You grow in that defense, and then Justin Herbert continues.
I'll let you guys talk.
Yeah. I respect your opinion, but you're wrong.
No.
Moving on.
To give Brennan his flowers here, you should maybe look at the turnover of the roster the Chargers are going to have next year. We're going to lose a lot of good players.
They are, but hard.
All right, let's bounce back to the NBA. Why don't we? My Miami Heat, unfortunately, have been not a great kind of losing streak. They actually just won yesterday, I believe, against Sacramento.
Congrats.
But they lost about 6 or 7 games in a row. Why do you think is the reason for this?
Bro, why are we talking about the Miami Heat?
Because hello?
Yeah, hey, be ready next week whenever I ask you, oh, man, what do you like about the Steven Adams trade for the Houston Rockets?
He's hurt.
Yeah, but we just traded for him. We just traded Victor Oladipo for him.
It was absolute fodder. That's what it was. All right, so I'm not exactly sure if that is an agreement or not.
It is not an agreement, not exactly.
All right, so
but I'll
give Korey 35.
Okay, so I said that they're just not playing their matchups right. Sometimes it feels like the Heat need to do everything right in order to win because they don't have a great perimeter defense and they don't have a lot of size, which puts them at a disadvantage, like attacking guys like KD and Nurkic at the rim, which we saw against the Suns. Those are constants. Those are things that are not going to change. So let's factor in everything that can be changed. Jimmy Butler not shooting threes. Why was there a 3-game streak where Jimmy Butler didn't shoot any threes and they were losing games? Bad choice. As a team, the Suns weren't shooting that great from three, and the Heat didn't capitalize that and just started shooting threes of their own and missing them. Because the Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr. played bad, and they didn't capitalize on that. They just need to recognize the moment and play to that.
All right. Brennan, go right ahead.
Yeah, so I kind of simplified Korey's answer a little bit. I just flat out put bad offense. I mean, in the month of January alone, they're 28th in their offensive rating, 29th in field goal percentage, 23rd three-point percentage, 25th in points in the paint. Monday's loss, after 3 quarters, they were shooting 34.3% from the floor and 32.1% from three. Honestly, I think it's just a mental thing, and I kind of agree with Korey about the schematics. Like, they're just not mentally in it right now. I mean, you saw, I forget who it was, after he missed a
35.
Missed a shot, kept his head down, and walked back up the court. They just need to get in the right.
They're not playing smart. They're not playing
gentlemen.
It's just
they're not playing smart. They're not playing with motivation. I totally agree with you. And you're right about the. I mean, the offense. That's just an empirically correct thing. They're playing bad offense.
Yeah, and
they're not doing well.
And I think that.
But I did want to
point
point
out
out,
you're saying, like they're having Jimmy Butler shoot too many threes or not having him
not shoot enough threes. He's not shooting at all.
The other guy. Who was the other guy you said not shooting or shooting too many threes?
I mean, just in general, they have a few guys shooting too many threes. They have like Bam Adebayo is playing really like not great scoring wise. He's getting a lot of good rebounds right now.
I think the big reason why they're struggling is because of that big three is struggling. Like the Hero, Adebayo, and Butler. If they're playing discouraged,
I wouldn't call that a big three.
Well, it's the Miami big three. That's their big
three,
and those
I don't know.
Of the team. They're playing discouraged. And I think that's just bringing the whole team down.
Yeah,
they can't.
But I do think it's just I think it's definitely just a mental thing, and
I
things
100%
because Jimmy Butler is shooting like efficiently. He's just not taking the shots that are going to give them wins. So it's like all right, we agree.
We agree.
We're good.
Mental.
All right. So I think
2 points.
We're up to 2 there.
Yep.
We'll bounce to the MLB because we love the MLB here. We're big fans of baseball.
Oh, you already know.
We're not fans of the questions you asked.
This is a question. This is a question that was going to be asked last week, but we had the timeline a little screwed up. We're gonna ask with the MLB releasing their prospective rankings, what position has the best future? Oh yeah. We get 2 different answers.
And this is different. This is different.
Okay. I'll let Brennan go. He's the baseball boy.
So I said the shortstop position. I was going to say outfield originally, but Kyle said position, so I wanted to get a specific position in the prospect rankings. They only list outfield, not left field, center field, right field. But anyways, it's a loaded position. The number 1 overall prospect is a shortstop, Jackson Holliday. Colson Montgomery at number 9, huge potential. Jordan Lawler, Jackson Merrill, also highly touted prospects. Marcelo Meyer was a top 5 pick in the draft, I believe, a couple of years ago. He's going to be terrific. Brooks Lee, Karen Williams, also studs at the position.
All right, let's let big baseball fan Korey Moore. Let's let him go.
Okay, so I said the infield in general, and it is because of how good the shortstop position is ranking up, but not because I'm excited about the shortstop position specifically. I'm excited about other infield positions, which are going to have players switching around. Like we've seen a lot of players in recent years switching their positions to have a more versatile, more shortstop-like infield, like at different positions, like at second base, at third base. You're getting a better, quicker, faster on your feet infield, and I think that's what you're getting with these prospects. The more that we get trained shortstops, the more you're going to get just a strong, like really good defense in the infield.
Let's give you guys a minute. Or do you guys want to agree at this point, or do you guys want to do a talk about this?
I mean, if he's talking about switching up positions, there's definitely a couple shortstops who won't be shortstops in the future. They're just on here.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could definitely move to second base. I don't know about.
And I think that's what I'm most excited about whenever you think about prospects is like, okay, the whole kind of landscape of baseball has been changing these last few years with the pitch clock. There are different things that are kind of altering designated hitter positions, and I think this can be a good thing where it's just like, all right, we're getting a better all around infield that can jump around different positions.
That's true. I think the top prospect who's not a shortstop. Junior Caminero, he's a third baseman, but he's also plays short. I guess the pure, looking down the list, where is it? Kobe Mayo is the best prospect in the infield, not to play shortstop. He's a third baseman, first baseman, probably going to be first baseman when he gets to the league. But I agree. I think all these prospects are great. And your reasoning is exactly why I didn't put outfield for this, because I thought outfield was like too generic. I
like generic thing. But if you want to pinpoint on what position is best right now, I agree it's shortstop.
Yeah, and I agree,
So we're good. But I'm most excited about the potential for that whole one.
I'm just excited for the potential of all these players, bro. Especially the top three.
So is that we come to agreement, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Cool. So I think that is 3.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Let's get her moving here. Let's go back to the NFL here.
All right.
Which player was snubbed out of the Pro Bowl this year?
God.
I know we love the Pro Bowl this year.
If Korey has an answer, because I dug deep for this, because Kyle said no alternates as well. So that was my answer.
Yeah.
That was my answer.
Wow, that's actually a really good answer, Korey. I'll let Korey go first, honestly.
I like that.
Okay, so I said L'Jarius Sneed, and the reason why is because all of the other guys like Amon-Ra St. Brown and Brennan Ayuk, they got their all-pro selections. They still got their flowers in some regards. L'Jarius Sneed got absolutely nothing. In his, statistically, he dropped off from last season. He had, 20 or 30 less tackles this season than last season, but he's still making
that huge.
But he's still making a huge impact for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's not getting recognized for it at all. And I thought Brennan would go maybe a Josh Allen route here, but quarterback position was stacked. Cornerback, you need a guy like L'Jarius Sneed.
All right,
okay.
Let's let Brennan go here.
So Kyle, can I ask? So L'Jarius Sneed is an alternate for the Pro Bowl.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
no.
I just looked it up. L'Jarius
I looked
Sneed,
it up
Trey
too.
Smith, Isaiah Pacheco, Willie Gay, Nick Bolton were selected as alternates for the game. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, they will not appear in the Pro Bowl games.
Yeah, but he made. If the Chiefs made the Super Bowl, they didn't make the Super Bowl.
He's not in the Pro Bowl. Period.
He's not in the Pro Bowl, and he also didn't get an All-Pro selection. So it's just fine.
Whatever. All right. I picked
Brennan,
Chris Boswell because he had a better season than Justin Tucker, the so-called best kicker in the league. And I went off of if we were picking alternates, I would have chose Josh Allen 100%. But I'm going to stick by my man, Chris Boswell. I know, Kyle, you're a big fan of this. He had 28 for 30 in field goal attempts this year. Tucker, 31 to 36. From 50-plus yards, Tucker, thought to be automatic from there. He was 1 for 5 this season. You know what Chris Boswell was? 6 for 7. Yeah. Look it up. Chris Boswell, 6 for 7 from 50-plus yards.
Brennan, your existing time is up.
Show for the brand.
Let's make an agreement here. You guys got a minute 30.
Question: Did Josh Allen make it as an alternate? I'm not reading this.
Yes,
he opted out. Okay, all right.
So,
lame.
Okay, that's stupid. But also,
all right. Obviously, L'Jarius Sneed deserves to be in the Pro Bowl.
Great. Then we're good. Move on. We need points.
You guys have 8 minutes.
I like L'Jarius Sneed. He's got a cool name, and he's really good.
He does have
He's also balling in the playoffs, by the way. 5 solo tackles against the Ravens.
All right. There's your agreement. We'll go to our collective favorite sport here, which is hockey. The Oilers have been on a white-hot winning streak. That is not their goal song. Winning the last 16 games. What not named Connor McDavid is the reason for this near historic streak?
Are we at 4 agreements or 5?
I think we're on 4. 4 or 5?
We're on 4.
4? That's what I said.
I got Brennan's answer.
All right, what did Brennan have?
Oh,
sweet!
We agree. So you guys have
my God.
Go ahead.
My research worked.
So
I know nothing about hockey.
So we said staff turnover, a.k.a. they fired their coach. They took out, if I can pull it up here, They took out what's his face, Jay Woodcroft. They brought in Chris Knobloch, and ever since then, the tides have just turned for the Oilers. They've gone on 2 long win streaks separately of one another. They won an 8-game a couple weeks ago. They're on a 16 now, heading into the All-Star break. Connor McDavid, stud. Leon Draisaitl, stud. Evander Kane. Well, Korey, if you remember, we talked about him on the Unnamed Sports
Sure,
podcast.
exactly.
But they're just playing good hockey right now. The vibes are high. I mean, I saw somewhere that the players were doing friendly wagers in the locker room, keeping it light. And I think that's all you got to do. The new coaching staff.
And I think a new coaching staff is going to make that like culture change like all the better.
Yeah.
Like if you're winning with a coach that you have brand new experiences with, that's going to be better than a coach that maybe you didn't have great experiences with. It's like that kind of diminishes the winning.
100%.
So the culture is high because
Culture
of that.
is high
All right.
because of the staff turnover. Yep, for sure.
So we got an agreement there. Could have talked about a lot of other things about hockey. Decided to not talk about that. So let's go back to our general question for today. What record across the 4 major sports in North America seems to be unbreakable? This is just a good thought experiment.
I mean,
we're definitely going to disagree because there's just so many of them.
Well, it's actually funny. Our thing is kind of similar. We're both talking about steals.
All right, let's let Korey go first here.
Okay.
All right, so I said John Stockton's all-time steals record. He holds that record by so much, and like it's not necessarily like the most impressive thing ever, but like that's not a record that's gonna break. Like anytime you like tune in, you watch one of those like NBA 2K videos like on YouTube, they're like, oh, let's try to break the records. The headline of like unbeatable records is always John Stockton steals and also John Stockton assists career high. Like that's just a really crazy record like he's racked up because he had a long career for Utah. So
all right,
yeah.
Let's let Brennan make his case here.
I went with the other sports steal in baseball, and I said Ricky Henderson's stolen base records are not going to get beaten. He has a career total of 1,406 stolen bases. Well, he had 130 in the 1980 season. To put this into perspective, Elvis Andrus, who is the current active stolen base leader, just has over 300 stolen bases, and he's ranked 114 all time in the league.
Wow.
I know Ronald Acuna Jr., he led the league in steals this past season, won an MVP, 72 steals. That's still 60 less than Ricky Henderson in 1980. It's crazy. No one is ever going to touch Ricky Henderson.
I'm not super familiar. I'm not super familiar with Ricky Henderson, so I do think I'm going to be willing to agree on this. But I do have a question. Like, so what about 1980? Was causing this guy to get so many more? Like, was there that much more stealing bases? Were catchers that garbage in 1980?
In 1980, well, you got to understand, Ricky Henderson is regarded as probably the fastest, one of the most athletic players in baseball history. He was known for stealing bases, right? That's all he did. He was just too fast. Nobody could catch him. I can look up the 1980 stolen base leaders. So
you really don't think that like if it's just based on like athleticism, like you don't think that there's any sort of guy that may come in soon in the MLB that is going to be that athletic? Because if it's just based on
no one with the way the game has evolved, because defense plays.
That's the thing. That's the thing for me. I think those athletic runners are not focusing so much on stealing bases.
No, especially now.
I just don't think it's going to happen
with what we know about base stealing and the injuries that come with that. I know Josh Hamilton had a really bad injury back in like the early 2010s. It almost ended his career, I think. They just don't want to take the risk of that chance of that happening anymore. I mean, it doesn't work. Yeah. So
yeah, I agree. Ricky Henderson steals. We're loving steals over here.
Alrighty, so that is an agreement. I think that's 6.
6 or 7.
1, 2, 3.
It's 6.
4,
it's 6. Keep moving, Kyle.
All right, I might give you guys some time down here. Back to the NFL. If Patrick Mahomes wins this Super Bowl against the 49ers, where does he rank among top quarterbacks all time? Top 10, top 5, top 2, maybe? We'll see.
Ooh,
okay. You have a bit of a disagreement, so I'll let Korey go first here.
Okay, so I say like just outside like top 3, absolutely locked top 5. I don't think there's any reason anymore for him to not be above Dan Marino. Like at this point, I don't really see a reason why he wouldn't be like above John Elway if he wins this 3rd Super Bowl. I mean, there's only 2 other guys who have 3 Super Bowl MVPs. If he gets a 3rd one, that's going to be a huge thing. And he has the most passing yard. He has like the best passing yards average for a career of any player. He's second behind Aaron Rodgers in touchdown percentage. I mean, he's right outside looking in at the top 3, locked top 5 for me.
All right, let's give Brennan his time here.
Okay. So I said just outside the top 5, and I could probably agree with Korey somewhere around that 5 spot. I said the 5 quarterbacks better than him, and I'm going back a while here. I said Brady, Manning, Joe Montana, Johnny Unitas, and Otto Graham.
Unitas. Okay.
Those were the 5 that I said I would put ahead of him now. I said arguably right now, Breeze and Dan Marino. I know Dan Marino didn't win any Super Bowls, but he was still one of the most talented quarterbacks ever. I just need to see a little bit more longevity in his career before I go out and say that he is like for sure top 5. Like if he wins the Super Bowl, he's locked in to at least like a 6th spot. But if you look at what the players did, well, I know my time's up, Kyle. But if you look at what the other players,
we're just discussing now.
I'm gonna give you guys an untimed down here, so just come into agreement.
So if you look like at what, I just need to see longevity, but
I mean, sure, but like even with longevity from other guys, like they don't have the resume that Patrick Mahomes has now. Sure. Not even like, and if he wins this Super Bowl, like that was the thing about the question that was big for me. Is like I personally don't see a world where you should have Aaron Rodgers above Patrick Mahomes if Patrick Mahomes wins this Super Bowl here. Like that doesn't really make sense to
honestly,
me. I do see guys like Unitas, but like Unitas, that's a long time ago, and I don't think it's really all that.
If you want to look,
like where I feel like Patrick Mahomes' impact is going to be bigger overall, and you're seeing like a better prime than you would have seen from an entire career of guys like Otto Graham or Unitas.
I mean, I don't know. Mahomes' prime is definitely one of the best. I mean, he's just getting into it now too. I mean, this is only his 7th season in the league. I would go as far as to say I think he's better than Aaron Rodgers all time. Right now,
I agree. Yeah. I agree. What I'm saying is, I think that's guaranteed if he wins the Super Bowl. So
I can put him at 5. I could probably put him at 5 ahead of Otto Graham. But no way there's no way he's top 3. He's
I think he's outside. I think he's outside, looking behind Montana.
He's in that 4 to 5 range.
I'd say 4. I'd say 4, 5, 6. And if you want,
I have him 4 right now. I honestly didn't think too much about. For me personally, I didn't think too much about Otto Graham, so I'll let you go a little bit on.
So you just want to agree like 6, 5 in the range.
4 through 6.
4 through 6. Yeah, perfect. Whoa.
All right, gentlemen. I gave you guys an untimed down there, but we are now on to our speed round.
Ooh, this is a tough speed round. It's a fun one.
It's going to be 7 agreements?
We have 7.
Okay.
7. So you guys have to come up with 3 correct answers here. So what I will do is I will just think of literally random sports teams of 4 major sports, and the team I say, if they both say the same exact player, then they get a point. I thought that this is a fun idea.
If you say a single hockey team, I swear.
Current players and legends are
all-time players. Right. I don't know very many hockey players.
All right. We'll start off with. Let's go with the Boston Celtics.
Jason Tatum.
Bill Russell. Ooh. I almost said Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Let's go New York Yankees.
Babe Ruth.
That's Derek Jeter.
Oh, not doing too well. Also have not.
Speed us up on this 2 minutes, Kyle. Come on.
All right.
You're screwing us.
He's got a list of like 14 or 15. It's fine. And we
Miami Heat.
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that kind of cheating. But all right. That's
We have
4.
eight.
I'll go to 10.
8.
Let's do the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Okay. So that's 9. Let's go for the Memphis Grizzlies.
John
John
Morant.
Morant.
10.
That's 10.
Is that 10?
You want to keep doing this? This is fun. Let's do like 5 more.
This is fun. You just want to keep
Yeah,
going?
I'll keep going. We have like do it for like.
Brennan can edit
Dude,
in the like fall away music here while we're doing this.
This is definitely gonna be a TikTok. For
Let's
sure.
go for the Los Angeles Chargers.
Phillip Rivers.
Justin Herbert.
Okay.
That's both quarterbacks. That's a
Philip
fair
Rivers
answer.
is better.
Let's go for the Houston Astros.
Jose Altuve.
I don't know anyone on the Astros.
Hey,
Brennan, didn't my guy from that was on the Pirates? Didn't he play for the Astros for a minute?
Which one? Liriano?
The pitcher.
Yeah, Francisco Liriano. Wasn't he on
might
the
have.
Astros for a minute?
He might have been.
Because he was who I was thinking of, but I was afraid to say it.
I would have said Garrett Cole there.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Let's go for the Pirates.
Andrew McCutcheon. I'm
Andrew
sad.
McCutcheon.
Yeah, that was the first one that came to mind for me. That's weak.
That's a fair answer.
That's weak, but
very,
it's
very fair
it's
answer.
probably the
I'll
right
do like
answer.
3 more here.
Okay.
Let's
Roberto
do
Clemente.
I should have said someone like
Minnesota Vikings.
Kirk Cousins.
Adam Thielen.
Solid. It's a solid.
That's a fair
That's a
answer.
solid poll.
Let's go. We'll do one hockey team. We'll do one.
Okay.
I'm
I
not
think
going to
for the
have a
fans.
player. I'm not going to have one.
Pittsburgh Penguins.
Sidney
Kid.
Crosby.
Yeah, that's easy. But we're doing another one because that's cheating.
Another hockey team.
I'm trying to think of a team that you would know at least one player for. I feel like Korey.
You can say my favorite team.
St. Louis Blues.
Ryan
Vladimir
O'Reilly.
Tarasenko.
Vladimir Tarasenko. That is not the same. All right, are we?
Yeah,
Have
we're good.
we-
We're good.
We're good.
I've had my
We're
This is
killing
fun.
it.
I've had my fun.
Yeah,
This is
speaking
a
of,
fun thing to do.
I don't know why the Pittsburgh Pirates one made me think of Roberto Clemente and that statue. Did you guys hear about that Jackie Robinson statue? Bro,
Yeah.
like, off the bottom and just, like, took it. What the heck?
It's
Wait,
insane.
what?
Yeah, in a
Like,
park. Somebody
Stole
sawed
the Jackie Robinson.
They stole the.
somebody sawed it off at
crazy.
the
They
ankle.
like sawed it off and like took it.
So then they had to do like a GoFundMe to raise money to rebuild it. So
That's
Wait,
wild.
so they don't know where it is?
yeah, no, dude just freaking took
No,
the statue.
He just has it.
That's nuts.
Impressive.
It's in somebody's living room right now, just chilling. You know.
That's really impressive that they
Yeah.
that they were able to do that and not get caught.
He probably did at night. I mean, you got to think there's probably no security cameras in that park either. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest here. If you're gonna steal anything, a park is probably the easiest thing to get away with.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
All right.
don't steal
Wrap
from
it up,
parks, by
baby.
the way. Even though I said
Don't
that,
steal in
don't
general.
steal. Don't steal.
Yeah. We
heard it here
promote watching illegal broadcasts of shows, not stealing statues from parks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Because
Or
if
stolen
you watch
anything.
the illegal stuff, then it's not illegal because you're not the one actually producing it. So
Boom.
it's legal.
Roasted.
Mm.
All right. Well,
I'm just stating
that
the
has
facts.
been
That's
that
not
has
a
been
fact.
It
the
is.
Banter
Look it
Ball
up.
podcast. We're still bantering even after we've won. I have been your host, Kyle Pritchard, here with Brennan and Korey, whichever
What's up?
side they are on in the recording here. I've had a very good time here, gentlemen. I hope you have as well. I will see you next week, hopefully. Definitely, I'm not sure I said hopefully.
Our second to last episode of the season next week.
What?
Right?
No way.
Yeah, and then we got to do our punishments after the Super Bowl.
That's not going to be fun. Well,
Damn it.
alrighty.
You guys have too.
I've had fun. We'll see about that. I've had fun. I'll see you
Yep.
gentlemen later.
All right. Peace
Bye
out.
bye.
Bye bye now.
Peace out.